If you want Kobes, but you don't have the money to be spending $3 on a pair of basketball shoes, you came to the right video. Today, we're gonna be going through the best Kobe alternatives that perform just like the real deal. But before we list off the shoes, let's define what makes Kobe shoes Kobe-like. Firstly, they gotta be lightweight. Kobes are generally super lightweight because Kobe wanted his shoes to almost feel like an extension of his foot. He didn't want anything weighing him down or feeling clunky. Second, they gotta have elite traction. While Kobes overall have amazing performance, one thing that we all know Kobes for is their elite traction. Every single Kobe that I've used has had insane traction, so I consider it a staple. Thirdly, they gotta have a low to the ground responsive cushion setup. A lot of Kobes featured an amazing cushion setup that felt rather low to the ground, but also bouncy, typically made up of some sort of foam material. And lastly, pretty much all Kobes are insane performers. If you're comparing a pair of shoes to Kobes, they better be fire performers. So all the sneakers on this list are mucho in Stash Trooper's eyes. So just to recap, they gotta be lightweight, low to the ground responsive cushion setup, insane traction, and a great overall performer. So now we've defined what makes a shoe Kobe-like, let's go through my top 5 favorite Kobe alternatives that won't break the bank.
Let's get it.
First on the list, the Rigor AR2. Unlike Kobes, you don't have to take a mortgage out to get them, and they retail for only $100. Link in the description if you want to get them. These babies are easily one of the best budget performers of the last year and are extremely Kobe-like. Just like most Kobes, they feature an insanely lightweight design. With the woven mesh upper combined with the lighter foam cushion setup, these fit that lightweight mold that Kobes have. Additionally, they have insane traction. They have a really unique multi-directional traction pattern made up of a medium level hardness rubber with rather shallow grooves. For indoor use, absolutely perfect. For outdoor use, maybe not so much. But regardless, really grippy. And as for cushion, they feature a full-length Showtime foam midsole. And for those who don't know what that is, it's essentially a cushion setup made up of a foam compound similar to that of Nike React, Adidas Boost, Way of Wade Boom. You get the gist. It's extremely responsive and rather low to the ground.
Just like Kobe's.
So overall, one of the best performers at only $100. Not a lot of shoes you can get for $100 nowadays. And I would say easily the most Kobe-like shoe you can get at $100. If I had to compare them to a Kobe model, I would say these remind me the most of like a Kobe 11 possibly. Really low to the ground, really unique, and a really lightweight upper. And again, if you want them, link in the description. Help support the channel. In the 4th spot, the Sabrina 2s. Now, some of you guys might be surprised to see this low on the list, but trust me, the other 3 shoes are way more Kobe-like than these babies, in my personal opinion. Off rip, these babies feature what Nike calls a Cushion 3.0 foam midsole with a little zoom unit in the forefoot, a little extra energy return, and cushion. A rather low to the ground setup that's extremely responsive and solid for only $130. As for traction, these babies feature a herringbone traction pattern combined with more of a multi-directional in the back that's made up of a solid medium level hardness rubber, perfect for indoor use, outdoor use, pretty decent. And for those who don't know, herringbone, which is primarily what this is made up of, is probably the most goated traction pattern of all time, so I absolutely love that they feature that on the Sabrina 2s. And as for weight, these babies are extremely lightweight. Nike made a huge emphasis to make the Sabrina 2s lighter than the Sabrina 1s, and I want to say they got them 28 grams lighter than their predecessor. But they did that through using an extremely lightweight foam cushion setup and an extremely lightweight mesh upper. Overall, a phenomenal performer and easily 4 on my list. In the 3 spot, we have the Serious Player Only Player 1 Plus and the Serious Player Only Player 1 Plus Lite. I was tempted to put these in 2 separate numbers on this list, but I decided they're similar enough to where I can include them as the same shoe. But let me introduce y'all. These babies retail for $180 traditionally, but you can get them as low as $150. And for some of y'all who don't know who Serious Player Only is, let me give you a brief introduction. Serious Player Only is a basketball shoe production brand that was founded, I believe, 3 years ago in 2022. They're a Boston-based company that's quote unquote made for players by players. They do a really good job at taking feedback from their community and improving their basketball shoes. So shout out to them. And fun fact, Serious Player Only admits that they make basketball shoes directly inspired by Kobes. So it's no coincidence that they're on this list. And if I'm being honest with y'all, based off of the looks and performance, they might be the most Kobe-like on this list, but let me tell you why they're not number 1. They're this far down on this list because they retail for $180. In this video, I'm supposed to go over the best Kobe alternatives, and if you're spending $180, probably $190 or $200 after taxes, there are some Kobes that resell, like some Kobe 8s, around $190. So at that point, I'd say go get the Kobe 8s. But let's get back to the point and talk about the performance. Just like Kobes, both of these babies feature a foam drop-in midsole. Obviously, it's not React, but it's what they call their quick midsole, AKA a midsole that's made up of their, I'm gonna try to pronounce this, Avalon foam cushion. Honestly, feels extremely similar to Nike React. Low to the ground, responsive.
Really Kobe-like.
As for the weight, both of these are extremely lightweight. No surprise there because they take direct inspiration from Kobe's, but to no surprise also, the light version is that much lighter. They both feature a radial traction pattern that's extremely durable and honestly has some decently deep grooves in some areas and not so much in the other areas. I'd say perfect for indoor use, outdoor use, you could too. But as for performance on the traction, extremely grippy, top tier. And if I had to recommend either of these to you, I would say go with the light version because in my opinion, they're just a little bit lighter. And I wanna say they actually retail for a little bit cheaper. But one thing I would say is go a half size up. And if I had to compare these babies to a Kobe, I would say easily both of these remind me of like a Kobe 8 or a Kobe 11, but easily deserving of 3 on this list. In the 2 spot, we have the Way of Wade 8084 Ultras. These babies originally retail for 160 bucks, but they're on discount for 130. And if you use my code STASHTOOPER, you can get them for $120. Now, I don't know if it's intentional, but pretty much all the shoes from the 808 line from Way of Wade have garnered a lot of comparisons to Kobe's, both in looks and performance. And let's talk about why. Like a lot of Kobe's, they feature a full-length drop-in foam midsole. Instead of React, they use my favorite cushion technology on the market in Way of Wade Boom. Low to the ground, responsive, and easily one of the best cushion setups, if not the best cushion setup at this price. As for the weight, the Way of Wade 808-4s are extremely lightweight. Most of the 808-4s feature a lightweight upper design, but the special versions like this Octanit version are just a little bit lighter. That Octanit material makes it just a little bit more lightweight and a little more breathable, which is a big plus in my eyes. And as far as traction goes, these are mucho. They feature that goat of all traction patterns and a herringbone traction pattern. Me likey. And it's made up of a durable rubber compound, so these are good for indoor use and outdoor use. So overall, an amazing performer, easily one of my favorite shoes that released last year. Easy top 3, maybe top 2. And as for the comparison to another Kobe, I'd say these remind me of a Kobe 6, but easy number 2 on the list. And before I reveal the number 1 most Kobe-like shoe rewarded by StashTooper, I want to say thank you for watching this far. Please like, comment, subscribe, help support the channel. But the number 1 Kobe alternative, in my opinion, is the Way of Wade 8085 Ultra. These babies retail for 160 bucks, but with my code StashTooper, you can get them for 150. These babies, in my opinion, are the best Kobe alternative on the market. They feature that foam drop-in midsole just like Kobe's and the 808-4s, but it's better. Like I mentioned, the 808-4s feature that full-length boom, which is my favorite cushion technology on the market, or it used to be. With these babies, they feature a full-length midsole, drop-in of course, but it's super boom. I think they deserve some big booms. Boom. It's pretty much the same thing as Boom, but 30 to 50% lighter. They also feature that lightweight premium upper paired with that 30 to 50% lighter cushion setup that results in an extremely lightweight hoop shoe. And they feature the goat of all goats in traction patterns with that herringbone traction pattern. And easily, man, one of the best performers of this year. And this might be a crazy statement, but as someone who's used Kobe 6s, Kobe 5s, Kobe 8s, Kobe 11s, Kobe ADs, I think these might be better than all of them. So like I said, use code StashTooper for 10 bucks off, or use the link in the description for 10 bucks off your next order. And if you want to watch more StashTooper, please check that video out. I think you might love it.